stain remover will eliminate the tough stains that other stainless
It's like 40 pitches.
if you've got blood stains,
Kiss off. Kiss off.
lipstick,
Kiss off.
now you're talking. Kiss Off Stain Remover. Available at stores everywhere, even Amazon. This handy travel-size solid stick stain remover is easy to use and ideal for on-the-go stains that need to be removed on the spot. Kiss Off, removing stains on the spot since 1979.
Fresco Reds. What you need, when you need it. And we show you how to use it. It's simple. You choose it, you use it. We have the right tool for every job. Never buy it, never store it. When you need it, just rent it.
That's Fresco. If you need it, Fresco's got it.
All over the Bay Area and online.
Touching that stupid fucking button. You don't turn it off after the game?
Avid Gardener,
Wait.
professional contractors, and all at the lowest prices, period. Greenleaf's Home Improvement proudly serves the entire North Bay with convenient locations in Santa Rosa, Petaluma, Sonoma, and Ukiah. Stop shopping at the big box stores for your home improvement needs. Shop local. Shop Friedman Brothers.
Baseball.
Let's do a baseball all about.
Sonoma has a team who plays old-time baseball.
I love watching the game.
I am a Sonoma Stompers faithful.
This is what Stomper baseball is all about.
Stompers? I'm telling you, I'm a Stompers faithful.
Family, the friends, the food, the fun, it's all baseball. This is how baseball should be done.
Go Stompers.
Go Sonoma! Go Stompers! Let's go, Tim!
I want to see home run after home run after home run. I want to be a winner.
Sonoma baseball family friends, that's what brings it all together. Stompers? I'm telling you, I'm a Stompers faithful.
This is how baseball should be done.
Sonoma baseball family friends, that's what brings it all together.
Good evening, baseball fans. On behalf of the entire Stompers staff, welcome to Arnold Field in historic Sonoma, California for tonight's California Collegiate League contest featuring our guests, the Walnut Creek Crawdads, and your Sonoma Stompers. My name is Mia Johnson, and tonight I will be your stadium voice of the Sonoma Stompers. Hey fans, if you want to take part in any of our Stomper interactive games happening between innings of today's contest, just find Hey Trey. You might be the star of the game. Interested in Stompers gear? You can purchase Stomper t-shirts, hats, as well as Stomper jerseys at the Stompers souvenir stand located behind the Stompers dugout. Short on cash? No problem. Credit cards are accepted at all locations. While attending tonight's event, I'd like to remind all spectators to please be aware that baseballs, bats, and other objects may fly into the spectator area. This can be very dangerous and could cause serious injury. Please be alert at all times when you're in the spectator area. Please inform children in your care of these risks. I'd also like to remind everyone to visit the left field line concession stand for gourmet ballpark fare presented by Jacob's Restaurant. Wood fire pizza, Chicago dogs, fish and chips, and more. Jacob's Restaurant is located in Sonoma at 1266 Broadway, right next to Traintown.
It's time to meet today's home run hero, brought to you by Jason Palter from Valley of the Moon Flooring.
And he lifts one high and deep to left, and this one is way off the vineyard.
Thanks to Jason Palter from Valley of the Moon Flooring. If any Stomper hits a home run, one lucky fan will win 2 tickets to a Stompers game. Tonight's home run hero contestant is Lainey from Fullerton, repping the Titans from Cal State Fullerton. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to be listening for this song. When you hear that song, that means our California Wine Tours wine whipper is coming to the plate. Our wine whipper today is catcher number 37, Nikhil Beasley. It strikes out, all wines are $1 off for the remainder of the inning. Go to California Wine Tours to book your next wine tasting adventure.
Welcome into the Sonoma Stompers pregame show here from historic Arnold Field in Sonoma. I'm Karen Costa alongside Rahil Jaswal, getting you set for some Friday night lights between the Walnut Creek Crawdads and the Sonoma Stompers. The Crawdads come in 14-5 atop the North Division. The Stompers chasing them down 4 back in second place, 10-9 on the season. And Rahil, these squads met just 3 days ago on Tuesday. What went wrong for Sonoma in a 3-2 loss?
Kieran, well, the main thing was the Stompers just lacked that one hit with runners in scoring position. They actually put together really good at-bats. Zach Pace and all the coaches were pretty happy with the swings they were getting. Just unfortunately, they weren't able to find that key hit with runners in scoring position.
Well, that was Tuesday. Since then, back-to-back victories for the Stompers. They cruised past the Legends 16-1. They got the big hit more than once in that one. And then yesterday, a gutsy victory over the Seagulls on Independence Day. You're down in the dugout. Tell me more about that 4-1 win.
Well, it was definitely the coaches a little nervy come the ninth inning, because the last time they played the San Francisco Seagulls at Arnold Field before yesterday, the Stompers had a 6-3 lead going into the ninth inning. Couldn't close it out. Seagulls got a couple runners on base, but the Stompers were able to hold strong, and it was a pretty big win for Sonoma. First time in a while they've got back-to-back wins in CCL play. So overall, it was a great gutsy win that they were able to pull out.
Well, let's talk about Destin Fox and the rest of the pitching the last week. In the last 4 games, Stompers pitching has only given up 4 earned runs. What's going right for Mike Nunez and Zach Pace's staff recently?
The Stompers pitching has been unbelievable. I even talked to Destin Fox yesterday. I asked him, well, you went 4 2/3 shutout innings. Brian Thornton the day before went 6 innings, gave up 1 run. I asked, were you trying to one-up him? And he kind of laughed about it, saying they're trying to build off each other. Whenever they see one of their starting pitchers come out and have a great start, they want to build off and do better. It's kind of carried over, so should be interesting to see what Tyler Looney does today. But overall, that bullpen has been really solid.
Speaking of Tyler Looney, we're doing another giveaway in the Sonoma Stompers YouTube chat. If you can correctly predict the amount of innings and earned runs that Tyler Looney throws today, you'll get a signed baseball from tonight's Stompers starter. And Rahil, let's talk about the Crawdads starter this time. They're facing velocity. Carson Yasa out of the University of Nebraska is set to touch 97 on the gun this season. How do the Stompers have to adjust offensively?
Kieran, the Stompers have actually hit fastballs pretty well this season. The issues have been the breaking balls, but if you sit fastball waiting for that 97 and all of a sudden a breaking ball gets dropped in, hitters can freeze up. So if it's for the Stompers, it's going to have to be maybe a balancing act. I expect a lot of pitches taken in the first inning to get a read on it, see how it comes out. But it should be certainly interesting. This is definitely going to be the toughest matchup they've had all season.
Royal, let's go to one of our favorite segments, Players to Watch, and we talked about Carson Yasa. Let's start on that side with the Crawdads.
Well, it has to be Carson Yasa, as you talked about. I mean, he just touches 97 miles an hour. Probably the hardest throwing pitcher in the CCL. It's going to be very tough for them to figure things out on his standpoint, at least.
Yeah, Carson Yasa came out as the 4th-ranked right-handed pitcher in all of Colorado, according to Perfect Game after his senior season. And now let's move over to the Stompers side, a squad looking for their 3rd consecutive victory. What player will be key to getting them just some wins strung together?
Kieran, it was a guy that I went with a couple days ago, but it's going to be Jack Lazark again. Quietly over the last couple games, Lazark has been putting together really good at-bats and has made his presence felt all over the field as well, especially on defense. First base yesterday in the first inning, made a nice leaping grab to save a few runs. So Jack Lazark is someone who's getting really comfortable in this team, and his impact is being felt all over the place.
Yeah, Lazark 8 for his last 17 over the last 5 days for the Stompers. Last one for you, Rahil. What's the key to victory for Sonoma?
For the Stompers, it's going to be start quickly. Now, when you're facing a pitcher like Carson Yasa, it might take him a few innings to get into the flow of the game. So maybe if you're the Stompers, try and strike in the first 2 innings, put some pressure on him, and maybe you'll get a couple of walks out of him.
I was about to mention that, Rahil. Patience, as always, will be a virtue for the Stompers offense. Thank you for joining me, Rahil. Ryan Bridges takes over on the microphone. When we come back, we have the lineups and first pitch for some Friday night CCL North contest when we return.
Pouring a rosé and a Chenin Blanc. They are part of the Bunshoe family. So if you're out there tasting wine, you can ask for Katie, Jim, or Ava. They've got several generations of Bunshoes. This is part of the Bunshoe family. Several generations of Bunshoes out there pouring wine today. Their tasting room in Glen Ellen is open Thursday through Sunday from 11 to 5. Reservations are recommended, but you know, if it's last second you want to cruise on in, you go right ahead. I'd like to remind everybody to visit the concession stand. We've got wine, beer, candy over here at this side. And of course on the left field line, we've got Jacob's Restaurant, wood-fired pizza, Chicago dogs. Try their calamari. I had that a couple nights ago. Fantastic. They also have beer on draft and a couple other selections that I'm sure that you'll find enticing. Okay, the umpires are here, so I am going to turn it over to them so they can do the plate meeting, and then I'll be back. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Umpires have the lineups. We've got a couple of things to take care of first. I would like to introduce everybody to a good friend of ours, Mark Williams. He is our special guest tonight, and he's going to be throwing out the first pitch. Turn around, Mark. Say hi to everybody. Everyone, say hi to Mark Williams. He was here with Rabbi Stephen Finley from Congregation Shir Shalom in Sonoma. Are you ready? Okay, let's do it. All right, here we go, the big moment. All right, Mark Williams. That's the same place I bounced it, Mark. He did just as good as I did. Fantastic. Big round of applause for Mark Williams. Let's make sure he gets that ball signed in the dugout, all right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the Stompers starting lineup. Leading off for the Stompers from Creighton University, left fielder number 30, Jack Scary. Batting second from Modesto Junior College, center fielder number 7, Paul Contreras. From Cal State Fullerton, batting in the 3 spot, second baseman number 41, Elijah Ramos. Batting cleanup for the Stompers, also from Cal State Fullerton, third baseman number 32, Tyler Hawley. From College of San Mateo, batting fifth, designated hitter number 19, A.J. Carter. Batting sixth from Santa Clara University, first baseman number 40, Jack Lazar. Batting seventh from Cal State Northridge, shortstop number 1, Trent Abel. Playing right field and batting eighth from Creighton University, number 15, Kyler Zukowski. And batting ninth from University of Texas, behind the plate for the Stompers, number 45, Rudy Gonzalez. Starting at pitcher for the Sonoma Stompers, from Modesto Junior College, give it up for number 13, Tyler Looney. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, will you please rise while we honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Here to perform the Star Spangled Banner live for us, the always beautiful and charming Sandy Paul. Randy Pollock, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Stompers Baseball.
It's the Stompers and the Crawdads, the 1 and 2 teams in the CCL North, doing battle here on a Friday night at Arnold Field in Sonoma. The Stompers have won back-to-back bowl games. They sit 10-9 and 4 games behind the Crawdads for the first place in the CCL North. The top 3 in the North Division will be a 2 versus 3. Will play 1 game playoff. They will play the 1 seed for a chance at the chip. And here's the lineup that Tyler Looney will go up against for Brant Cummings and the Walnut Creek Crawdads. The center fielder, Casey Cumming. The right fielder, Mark Wolbert, hits second. The first baseman hits third. That's Presley Kosciuszko. And the second baseman, Isaiah Walker, cleans it up. The left fielder, Aiden Camberg, is the 5 hitter. The third baseman, Cam Calvillo, is the 6 hitter. Ethan Liao, the DH, hits 7th. The shortstop, Nico DeFazio, 8th. And Nikhil Beasley bats 9th and catches for Brant Cummings. His first base coach, Austin Harrington, and a squad that's won 7 baseball games in a row, 9-1 in their last 10 games. Cummings, the right fielder out of UT Austin, digs in from the right side.
Starting off for the Walnut Creek Crawdads,
Hitting .254, and he's put 10 baseballs over the wall this year. So if you're Tyler Looney, you have to keep the ball down in the zone, because if you leave something up, it might be hit out. Short fence in left field, 330 down both lines, 450 to dead center. And the first pitch is strike number 1. We're underway at 7:12. It is 88 degrees here in Sonoma. Looney, heading into his sophomore season at Modesto Junior College, stands 6'1" and misses inside. The count's 1-1. He's 0-2 in CCL play. 6 innings pitch. He's pitching to a 15 earned run average, 8 strikeouts to 3 walks. He comes home to Cummings and misses low. The count's 2 balls and 1 strike. He last pitched in league play on June 15th against the Blues. 7 earned runs in just 3 innings. A tough outing for Looney. Since then, though, 2 very good out-of-league starts. His 2-1 is a cold strike at home plate by Gary Frieders. Dylan Brewster coaching in the A position at first, and Dean Poteet down at third. The 2-2 coming from Looney is low, filler up 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And we know the Crawdads to be one of the best teams in all the CCLs. Certainly first place in the North Division would say that. They're going to get some hits on you. They're going to put some guys on base, and for Looney, you just can't unravel like you have in the past. 3-2 is bounced foul down the third baseline. He throws the fastball at 87 miles an hour, 65% of the time. The slider at 78, 22% of the time, and the cutter 10% of the time. Those are the 3 main pitches we'll see from Looney, who's ready to deliver the 7th pitch of the at-bat to the leadoff man, Cummings, who takes a curveball in there for a called strike 3. Tyler Looney starts off the ball game with a looking K of Casey Cummings.
That is right fielder, number 33, Mark Wolbert.
Brings up Mark Wolbert out of UC Davis. For the Aggies, he had .274 with 3 runs batted in last year. For the Crawdads on the summer, he's hitting .278 with 8 driven in. The first one from Looney is low, and will set the defense behind him. Jack Scary's in left, Paul Contreras in center, Kyler Zukowski is in right. The third baseman is Tyler Hawley, the shortstop Trent Abel. The right side of the infield, Elijah Ramos and Jack Lazark. Rudy Gonzalez tasked with doing the catching. The 1-0 from the righty Looney to the righty Wolbert, a called strike over the outside corner. It's 1-1. When these teams met on Tuesday, it was a 3-2 Crawdads win. When these teams met last month in Walnut Creek, it was a Stompers with an 8-5 victory. So the history tells us that we're in for a close game on a late start Friday night in Sonoma. Righty on righty, Looney and Wolbert, the 2-1. swung on and missed. The count's 2-2. Zach Pace is the Stompers manager. His bench coach, Casey Gilroy. His pitching coach, Mike Nunez. Hitting coach, Paul Madarina. Catching coach, Lucas Townsend. Assistant pitching coach, Ross Goldschlag. And assistant to the manager is Charlie Hale. Gonzalez went out to talk to Looney before he delivers a 2-2. Stompers wearing the home white uniforms. Stompers scripted on the front in navy and navy numbers on the back. Orange numbers on the front and the Sonoma S on the Stompers hat, as that one misses outside, and the first two hitters of the game have worked the count full against Tyler Looney. Walbert, a left-handed hitter, pops this one up the other way. Hawley ranging out, but it's going to be Scary coming in, cutting into foul ground, and making the catch as he goes to ground. There's 2 away. That brings up Presley Kosciuszko, who went the JUCO route down south. He went to Santa Barbara Community College, where he hit .323 with 3 home runs and 36 driven in. And he's transferring to UC Santa Barbara this coming fall. Also hitting over .300 on the campaign for the Dads. The pitch. Caught on and missed. Counts 0-1. Kieran Costa and Ryan Bridges from the Sonoma Index Tribune broadcast booth on a Friday night at Arnold Field. Stompers looking to gain ground on the first place Walnut Creek Crawdads and extend the winning streak to 3 games. Looney, ahead in the count 0-1, delivers to Kosciuszko. It's lined hard but foul wide of the first base coach, Austin Harrington. Brant Cummings, the manager, coaching down at third. Looney finally out ahead in the count early. It's 0-2. Ready to deal to Presley Kosciuszko. The lefty set up all the way back in the box. Swings and tips it into the glove of Rudy Gonzalez. A couple strikeouts and a 1-2-3 first for Tyler Looney. No score as the Stompers come back with the bats in the bottom half.
Hey, bud, let's party. That's right. You can book your next party or group event right here at a Stompers game. Birthdays, company get-togethers, bachelor parties, bachelorette parties, pre- or post-wedding parties, you name it. For reservations and information on how you can book a group event in the beer garden, in the left field oasis, or our new group area, the Champagne Club, call our fan shop at 707-938-7277 or email info@stompersbaseball.com.
The Crawdads take the field in the bottom of the first, sporting their road grade uniforms with red lettering across the front, and this is the lineup they'll go up against for Zach Pace. The left fielder, Jack Scary, leads it off. The center fielder, Paul Contreras, in the 2-hole. The second baseman, Elijah Ramos, in the 3-hole, and the third baseman, Tyler Hawley, in the 4-hole. The DH, A.J. Carter, hits 5th. The first baseman, Jack Lazark, hits 6th. 7-8-9 goes the shortstop, Trent Abel. The right fielder, Kyler Zukowski, and the catcher, Rudy Gonzalez. And they'll face maybe their toughest test of the year in Carson Yasa, the 6'7", 225-pounder out of Thornton, Colorado. Finished up his freshman season at the University of Nebraska. And the Cornhusker is 2-0 in 4 starts, 21 innings pitched, 2.57 ERA, 29 strikeouts, and 17 walks. His last start was a win versus San Francisco, Ryan, where he went 7 shutout innings, 8 strikeouts, and 3 walks. And what you have to be aware of with Yasa is the fastball, which can touch 97 and sits at 94. He also has a slider that comes in at around 87.
Starting off for the Sonoma Stompers, left fielder number 30, Jack Scary.
Paul Maturena is coaching at first base. Dave Hoke down at third. Jack Scary, a right-handed hitter, who is currently in the portal after 2 years at Creighton. digs in from the right side. The first pitch is a fastball low at 96 miles an hour. Scary hitting 217, getting on base at a 356 clip. Lines that one right over the head of Yasa into center field. That one was 95, middle, and Jack Scary sent it right back where it came from. It's the first hit of the ball game for Sonoma. It comes via the way of a leadoff single for Jack Scary. The on-base streak has reached 9 games.
And if you're Jack, you know the velocity might be a little bit up with Yasa. If that ball is, 90 miles an hour, maybe it gets the second baseman Walker, but because it has so much speed coming at you, more speed off the bat, pulls it into the outfield.
Scary, one of those guys that has seen D1 pitchers a lot at Creighton, so 95 miles an hour, nothing, and he takes a secondary, doesn't go. Contreras pops it up on the infield. It's the first baseman Calvillo who makes the call and the catch. One away, and we'll give you the rest of the defense for the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Calvillo's at third, DeFazio is his teammate on the left side of the infield. It's Isaiah Walker at second base, and Presley Kosciuszko at first. Left, right in those outfield goes Aiden Camberg, Casey Cummings, and Mark Walbert. Nikhil Beasley tasked with doing the catching today. The first one, Scary runs, the pitch away, the throw to second is in time to get him. So a Scary single erased immediately, and there's 2 down.
And we saw the Crawdads on the other side a lot in that first matchup on Tuesday. Send anybody that they had on first base. They have generally just a lot of guys who have, tons of stolen bases. The Stompers trying to climb up in that department. They're usually safe, but against a fast guy like Yasa, just couldn't beat the throw.
Ramos takes a curveball that misses high. He's out ahead in the count 2-0. Speaking of on-base streaks, Elijah Ramos has one that sits at 20 games. Ramos has been on base at least once in the last 20 contests. He's had 2-0 here. Fastball over the outside corner at 95. It's 2-1. 6-game hit streak to go along with it. The 2-1 home is low and outside 3-1 to the second baseman out of Cal State Fullerton. He leads the team in average at 371, on base at 488, and RBIs with 9. That one's fouled back to the screen. He stays alive on a 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. Yasa comes home and fools Elijah Ramos on the slider. So Scary's leadoff single erased on the caught stealing. We're scoreless after 1 in Sonoma.
Providing all of our concessions this season. At the ballpark, you'll find Chicago Dogs, pizza and salads. But in their restaurant, you'll find an outstanding menu featuring the best Mediterranean-style offerings in town. Seafood linguine, chicken piccata, ravioli, risotto, pizza, and so much more. Don't forget to try their desserts. Jacob's Restaurant is located on 1266 Broadway, right next to Traintown. Jacob's Restaurant and the Sonoma Stompers, proud partners.
Second stanza. And now for you nice ladies and gentlemen out there who don't understand the Italian language.
Isaiah Walker leads off
Up to bat for the crowd.
the top of the second inning.
15, Isaiah Walker.
Right-handed hitting second baseman out of UTSA. Hit 245 with 6 RBIs in San Antonio. He also made the honor roll down in Texas last season, but he's fooled badly on a slider. It's no balls and 1 strike. Hot start to the summer for Walker. He's hitting .303 with 12 runs batted in, and don't let him get on base. He swiped 6 bags. He bounces this one foul towards his dugout down the third baseline. That counts nothing in 2.
First base dugout right now.
He'll be followed by Aiden Camberg and Cam Calvillo. No balls and 2 strikes. Looney, working out the first base side of the rubber, delivers. Struck him out swinging, tipped into the glove of Gonzalez. It's strikeout number 3 for Tyler Looney.
On the plate is left fielder number 12, Aiden Camberg.
And a reminder, well, I guess the event is now closed, but if you got your guess in for Tyler Looney's final line, we are giving away a Tyler Looney signed baseball for anybody that gets that line correct. He misses with the first one low. It's 1-0. Camberg, redshirted his freshman year at UC Santa Barbara. The lefty takes a fastball strike. It's 0-1. Another guy hitting .343 with 4 doubles, a home run, and 6 RBIs. And I mentioned it on Tuesday, Ryan. All of these guys have 5 or more extra base hits. This one sent out toward the left. Scary started in. Now he goes back and makes the catch a step and a half shy of the track. So a line drive the opposite way from Camberg is run down by Jack Scary, and there's 2 down. Brings up Cam Calvillo.
Third baseman number 3, Cam Calvillo.
Calvillo hitting .353, getting on base at a .488 percentage. He's driven in 10 runs. Looney's retired the first 5 hitters of the ballgame. This one's grounded weakly to Abel at short. He fields. For those on the run, not in time. It's an infield single for Cam Calvillo. Not a hard hit baseball at all. It's the first hit of the ballgame for Walnut Creek. And that brings up Ethan Liao.
And that's the type of swing and ground ball that you're trying to force if you're a guy like Looney. Kind of dies on the infield grass at Arnold, and Trent Abel still makes a pretty good play, but it's just hard when you have that infield grass and then you got speedy guys on the other side from Walnut Creek.
Calvillo does not run. The pitch is low for ball 1. They were running all over Sonoma in Tuesday's game. The 1-0 coming from Tyler Looney, working out of this stretch. Now comes home, and it's swung on and missed. 85, top of the zone. The Crawdads had the 3rd and the 4th off, so they'll have everybody they want available out of that bullpen. Haven't played since last time they were here in Sonoma. Another high fastball from Looney gets another swing and a miss.
Now that he's on 2 strikes, look for the outside pitch of Looney. That's how he got Isaiah Walker, and then that's how he just got Calvillo to give up a ground ball.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Looney looking to escape the second. Comes home and misses high and tight. 4 straight fastballs from Tyler Looney. That one, our TrackMan system said was 89 miles an hour. Walker struck out. Camberg lined out. Calvillo at first base with an infield single. The 2-2 from Looney is popped foul over towards the Arnold Field parking lot down the right field line, and Ryan getting nightmares after the Stompers team van got their window broken last night on a fly ball. 2-2 pitch. Calvillo runs. It's line back foul, and he'll have to head back to first base.
In my defense, no other car got hit in the lot, and I was in a rush to get back. I may or may not have been the last person to drive the van before it got hit.
Happens to the best of us. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Calvillo away from first. We'll see if they send him again. They don't, and it's bounced towards second. Ramos fields the high hop, makes the soft throw to first, and the side is retired. Mooney works around a 2-out single and leaves him stranded. 1.5 in the books, still scoreless on the Stompers Broadcast Network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Rawhide race, brought to us by Pets Lifeline. You need anything for your pet? Call Pets Lifeline. Training, spay or neuter, Pets Lifeline, it's got you covered. Rawhide is a rescue bull. Pets Lifeline did rescue him. But right now, we're going to have the Rawhide race. Rawhide, are you ready? Do you know what you're going to do this time? Okay, touch third and then go home. It's really that simple. All right, are you ready? On your mark, get set, go! Hammer off, no, touch third base, Rawhide, third base. Oh my gosh. What are we doing? Here they go. Down the stretch. It's a foot race. Check them out. We got lots of kids. Why? What are you doing? Did you touch third base? Oh. Right. Remember what I said? You got to touch second and third. Second and third. That doesn't mean come to first. We'll work on that. You're still my favorite bovine. All right? All right, everyone, Rawhide. Big round of applause for all of our kids, and a big thanks to Pets Lifeline. Go to PetsLifeline.com for more information on how you can do the best for your pet.
Tyler Hawley, the cleanup hitter, leads off.
Third baseman, number 32, Tyler Holly.
The Cal State Fullerton corner infielder hitting .254 on the Stompers season. He has 3 extra base hits, and he's knocked in 7 runs. The first pitch coming from Yasa is popped up to left field. DeFazio, the shortstop, and the left fielder Camberg converge, and it's Aiden Camberg who leaps to his right at the last second to make the catch.
Next up, seventh hitter, number 19, AJ Carter.
And against velocity like this, Ryan, I don't hate swinging early. If you find your pitch in the zone, why not take a hat? Hawley just got a little bit under that one. There's one down. AJ Carter steps in and takes high 1-0. The lone lefty in the Stomper batting order today. Carter waits the 1-0 and takes a fastball 95 over the inner corner. The count's 1-1. Carter, a guy with a great eye. He walks just as much as he strikes out, 12 apiece on the season. He takes low. The count's 2-1.
And the luxury that Walnut Creek has with having so many arms is that they can go up against a lot of guys and work deep into counts.
Carter bounces this one right back to the mound. It's fielded by Yasser, who throws to first. It's sidearm, and it hit A.J. Carter in the head. He's safe. It's a swinging bunt single, and that's why you do your PFPs. Yasser came charging all the way in,
First baseman, number 40.
and he had to try and sidearm delivery around the runner. Rand Cummings didn't come talk to him. The only thing he could be asking is for maybe interference, but there's nothing he could do. It's Carter's baseline, and he's safe at first with an infield single.
It seems like more of a clarification conversation between Cummings and the home plate umpire. There's nothing really to dispute, but knowing the rule can always help if you're a manager.
Carter at first now with 1 out, and the pitch to Jack Lazark is a called strike of the outside corner. Lazark was Rahil Jaswal's player to watch in the open, and for good reason. He's 8 for his last 17. He's hitting over 300. getting on base at almost a 450 clip. He has 7 RBIs, Ryan, which is tied for 4th on the team, and he's only played half the season. The 1-1 coming. There's the slider. And it bends Lazark out of the way, but finds the inside corner for a called strike 2.
And you don't really know when the slump will come during summer ball, but it's just a perfect example of that. You really can't judge guys based off their first 10, even 20 at-bats.
Lazark swings and misses at a high slider is what it looked like, and like that, there's 2 down.
That is shortstop number 1, Trent Abel.
Second strikeout for Carson Yassa. This is another righty. This time it's the shortstop, Trent Abel, who pops this one up to right field. In the sun is Mark Wahlberg. Out is the second baseman, Isaiah Walker. And it's the second baseman who makes the catch in medium deep right field at the end of the day towards the line. The Stompers get no runs on a hit. We head to the third, still scoreless in Sonoma.
We are proud supporters of our Sonoma Stompers. Our family-run vineyard has been farming and growing grapes in Carneros for over 40 years. We encourage you to witness our wine journey and check out our selection of boutique offerings at RichieVineyards.com.
The Stompers are proud to have Adams Chiropractic as our official chiropractor. Keeping our players healthy and in the lineup is our number 1 priority. And Adams Chiropractic is right there every step of the way. Thanks to Dr. Lawrence Adams.
Nico DeFazio, the shortstop, and the 8-hitter out of Pacific University leads off. He'll be followed by the catcher, Nico Beasley, and back to the top in the center fielder, Casey Cummings. That one's grounded to third. Hawley gloves it, throws across the diamond. A nice play by Lazark on the stretch. 1 pitch, 1 out. Both these teams swinging early and often. That brings up Nikhil Beasley, the catcher. And Ryan, he stands 6'4". His pitcher, Carson Yassa, 6'7". That has to be the tallest battery we've seen all year.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, you're a catcher, maybe you want a lower center of gravity, but, if you're used to it as a taller player, it can't hurt to be just a little bit taller. Maybe you stretch the zone in the CCL, but I don't think it matters really anywhere else.
What's the combined height? 6'7" plus 6'4". Quick math, Ryan. Oh, God. He took too long, and Ramos, the second baseman and the first baseman, Lazard converge on the right side of the infield. The catch is made. Back-to-back outs, and you had 1 out to think about it. Pitcher 6'7", the catcher 6'4". The height of the battery is
12.5. By the way, what? Did I get it wrong?
Yes. 12.5. 6 foot plus 6 foot is 12, and then 4 plus 7 is 11.
Oh, you said
it's 12 foot 11. I think. I'll go to my stats guys for this.
I thought you said 6'4", 6'1".
I did not. Well, it's a miscommunication. Either way, there's 2 outs here in the third inning. Math struggles continue for both of us on this broadcast. But what's not struggling is Tyler Looney as a slider bites back over the inside corner. And while I've been joking around about battery heights, Tyler Looney is 1 strike away from escaping his 3rd shutout inning. The 0-2 pitch is lined towards left. Scary cutting over. He's going to dive, and it's going to get by him to the wall. And 1 hops off, and heading towards second is Cummings. Scary comes in to the cutoff man, and it'll go as a double.
Up to that number 33, Mark Wahlberg.
If I'm Jack Scary there, I don't think you'd have a play to catch that one on the fly. I would have played it on one hop and tried to hold him to a single. Scary tries to make the highlight reel play in left, and there's a runner in scoring position for the first time tonight. Looney working through a bit of trouble. That's a weak ground ball to the left side. Abel charges and it dies on the infield grass. It's the second infield single already. Cummings moves to third. Walbert's on first. There's runners at the corners. The Crawdads continue to swing first, second pitch of these at-bats.
Yeah, and I mean, we remark about it so many times. We are definitely beating a dead horse here, but at the College of Alameda, at the Chabot College where the Crawdads play, that's a ground ball and a 6-3 put out by Trent Abel.
You have to know your infield dimensions. It goes as a line drive in the scorebook, and the first one from Looney's in there, 0-1.
But you have to put your heels, honestly, on the outfield grass because with such weird bounces at Arnold Field, if one kicks off the grass at a higher speed, then you got to play back.
Check swing on a slider in the dirt. The appeal, yes, he did. It's 0-2. And Looney's done a great job of getting out in front of these Crawdads hitters. But Ryan, both these teams play on the same infield, so A.J. Carter saw a high chopper become an infield single. It goes both ways. Looney trying to work out of trouble in the third. He got the first 2 outs quickly and now is giving up back-to-back hits. Righty on lefty. He comes home low. Another fastball that counts 1-2. Mike Nunez and Zach Pace won't be mad with a miss like that. They preach all you have to do is keep the ball down in the zone, and we're fine with it if you miss low. 1-2 pitch coming to Kosciuszko, who struck out in the first. He fouls this one off, and it holds 1-2.
And don't be surprised if the manager for the Crawdads, Brent Cummings, and then the manager for the Stompers, Zach Pace, have shorter leashes. Almost every guy who started off the ball game between these two teams on Tuesday was pulled in the middle of an inning as soon as they got in trouble. So Looney's been fine, but you got to make sure that you're on top of it and can't give up too many runs in a single inning. Got to keep it close.
He tries a 1-2 slider. It stays away, and it's 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Scoreless here in the top of the third. The lefty, Presley Kosciuszko, awaits. He tries the slider outside again, and Filler up 3 balls and 2 strikes. One more wide one loads up the bases for Walnut Creek. Cummings from third, Wolbert from first. He'll be running on the pitch. That one's bounced towards Abel. An easier play this time. He throws to first in time to get him. And Looney works around a couple 2-out hits. 2.5 scoreless from the Sonoma Stompers Broadcast Network.
If you want to grow up someday and play baseball for the Stompers, you're going to need fantastic coaching. You're going to get that when you join a Sonoma Stack travel ball team. Baseball and softball. Sonoma Stack. Go to stacktravelball.com for more info. All right, we've got our sack racers ready. On your mark, get set, go! Here they come. We got yesterday's champion, not as fast today, but the second place winner from yesterday is taken off. He's got it going on. Oh, we've got a crash. We've got first place, second place, third place, fourth, and sixth. All right, that's the Sonoma Stack sack race, brought to us by Stack Travel Ball.
Kyler Zukowski leads off the bottom of the third as we're moving right along here on a Friday night at historic Arnold Field. The first pitch at 87 clips the top, or stays high, beg your pardon. Zukowski swings and sends this one towards the right side. It's going to be Mark Walbert who settles under it, and Kyler Zukowski flies out to his fellow right fielder Mark Walbert. There's one away. Carson Yasso was ranked the number 4 right-handed pitcher out of Colorado upon graduation and the 9th player in the state. He spent his high school summers playing for the Rockies scout team. So a guy that's been around major league talent comes home and misses low to Rudy Gonzalez 1-0. He did not appear in a game for the Cornhuskers last season. That one is low. Jack Scarry out on deck. He led off the ball game with a single before got nabbed trying to steal second base. The 2-0 Gonzalez is low, 3-0. Rudy hitting just 188 on the season, but he's getting on base at a 366 clip. So no matter for most of these guys if they're swinging it or not, they find ways to get on base and contribute. That fastball went straight to the screen and got through the netting and kicked off the first row of the grandstand. You just have to be happy that nobody's hurt. It broke it, Ryan.
Yeah, it tore right through the net. I don't know if the 2 people in the first row got hit. We'll hope they're okay. They seem like no one got directly contacted, but they may want to get up from their seats. And a fan in the back row just asked me if you've ever seen anything like it, and I gotta say no. I cannot believe that just happened.
It was 95 miles an hour straight through the back of the screen. Either way, you're happy nobody's hurt, and now it's a couple Nebraska baseball players. Scarry played at Creighton in Omaha, and the pitcher goes to University of Nebraska.
Can I just say, for every time I flinched that the ball went to the net, now you know why. Because it can rip right through at any moment, Kieran.
It's true. It's true. I mocked you for games on end about that, but maybe you were right all along. Scarry squares to bunt and pulls it back. It's now 2-0. That's 6 consecutive pitches out of the zone for Carson Yassa, and a guy where command's been a little bit of an issue this season is coming to fruition here in the last of the third. The 2-0 is outside corner for a called strike. I beg your pardon, the count's 1-2. Scarry behind the righty Yassa. Gonzalez doesn't run, and Scarry hits a broken back ground ball to second. They tag Rudy Gonzalez, but they say they missed it, and Scarry's thrown out at first base. He can't believe it. Gonzalez is safe at second, and Jack Scarry is jumping up and down past the first base back. He was convinced he beat out that throw. It goes as a fielder's choice. Gonzalez is safe at second on the missed swipe tag by Isaiah Walker. Scarry is out 4-3. Productive at bat, and his broken bat is brought to you by Friedman's Home Improvement. Brings up Paul Contreras. The Stompers, for the first time tonight, have a runner in scoring position. They've had a guy on every frame. We'll see if Paul Contreras can give the Stompers the lead in the third. No action in either bullpen. It comes home low. Gonzalez started and stops. One ball and no strikes to Contreras. Gonzalez dancing off second. The first 2 fastballs have been well out of the zone and low to Paul Contreras. The righty, his bright yellow bat as always, wearing the high socks. Ahead in the count, 2-0. Here comes Yassa's pitch, and took something off. That one at 84 is out her third. It's 2-1. Neither team has scored. The Crawdads have 3 hits. The Stompers have 2. The 2-1 coming to Contreras is low. This one kicks away from Beasley. The third and to third. Rudy Gonzalez is running, and he's safe under the tag. And now that adds a little more pressure on the catcher, Nikhil Beasley. We saw a pitch get thrown right through the backstop. If that happens again, it means a 1-0 Stomper lead. Contreras way out ahead in the count, 3-1, looking to give the Stomps the advantage. He takes a fastball outside corner, says the home plate umpire Gary Frieders. Paul Contreras picks his bat back up and digs in for a 3-2.
Yeah, and with that steal from second to third. Go ahead, King.
3-2 is Straw. Came out swinging. A fastball at 95 gets Contreras. Ryan will give you his thoughts on that stolen base and take over on play-by-play when we come back. Nothing across for either squad after 3 at Arnold Field.
All right, I've got a bunch of I got a bunch of children here, and they're all going to taste the jelly bean and tell me what flavor it is. Now, they've got a couple of choices. It's either roasted marshmallow flavor, which is pretty good. We all like roasted marshmallows, right? Or it's stink bug flavor. So go ahead, eat your jelly bean, and then tell me what flavor you got. No housies, got to eat the whole thing. What was it?
The grossest thing on the earth.
Roasted marshmallow.
Stink bug. Roasted marshmallow. What does it taste like? Stink bug. Stink bug.
We got a bunch of stink bug. She got stink bug. What flavor you get? Yummy or yucky?
I don't have.
Get you one next. What'd you get? Oh, you 3 didn't do it. All right, that's the Bean Boozled Challenge brought to us by Bank of Marin. Don't get bean boozled by the big banks that say they're local. Go to Bank of Marin. You know they're local.
Up to bat at the top of the 4th is number 15, Isaiah Walker.
Into the top of the 4th at Arnold Field. Tyler Looney still on the bump for the Stompers. Here's his first pitch of the inning. It's inside the zone, a called strike against Isaiah Walker. Looney struck him out in the second. I'm Ryan Bridges alongside Kieran Costa. Thank you for joining us once again. A massive game for the Stompers as Tyler Looney almost hits Isaiah Walker with his second pitch. One from Looney, sent right back up the middle. The second baseman Elijah Ramos goes into a slide and he won't make the throw. Walker with some speed. He's got 6 stolen bases on the year, so you know he can get fast to the bag and cover that 90 feet, and he does so against Ramos, the second baseman. Leadoff man on for the Crawdads for the first time today. And now Aiden Camberg digs in. First pitch is fouled. Third base side into the start of the Flyberg Margarita Lounge down the left field line here at Arnold Field. Jason Deshawn, another righty, up in the bullpen for Sonoma. No balls and 1 strike. Pitcher Mooney in there. .343, 1 home run and 6 RBIs for Camberg. Righty on lefty matchup. 0-2 pitch. That one misses inside. Camberg with a well-hit ball out to left field that brought the left fielder Jack Scarry all the way to the wood board at about 300 feet from home plate as Looney picks back over, not in time to get Walker. Probably the best hit ball we've seen all day. A good pitching matchup between Yasa and Looney. The righty in the slide step pitches the 1-2. It's fouled to the top of the cage here at Arnold. Crawdads took down the Stompers 3-2 on Tuesday. One ball and 2 strikes. Looney pitches, outside ball 2.
When we've seen the slider from Looney today, it really seems like he's trying to keep it away from all of these hitters, especially the lefties, and as always, trying to keep the fastball down.
Looney set once again. Checks first, now pitches. It's chopped up the middle. The shortstop Abel has it. He steps on the second base bag, fires the first. It's in time. A double play. And it's all Trent Abel. The shortstop has been exceptional all season. And that double play brought to you by Sonoma Stack.
Up to bat is number 3, Cam Cavillo.
These two teams only combined for 5 runs on Tuesday. 3 of those came in the first 2 innings, and then the Crawdads put up 2 in the 5th, and then these teams just couldn't score from there on out. First one to Kim Calvillo goes off the top of the mask for Rudy Gonzalez. It's 0-1. That one fouled away right side, and Looney 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. We'll see if it will be his last. He's given Zach Pace no reason to do so, only given up 3 hits to this point. 0-2. Sent over the head of the second baseman Elijah Ramos and into the right center gap. Calvillo will take a turn around first. It's picked up by Paul Contreras, the center fielder, and we know he's got an arm. He's thrown guys out at third base from out in normal depth in center. Keeps Calvillo at first base. Ethan Liao up to the dish, 0 for 1 with a ground out in the second. That ended top 2 for the Crawdads. First pitch from Looney. That one's in the zone for a called strike, says the home plate umpire Gary Frieders. This one from Looney low. Misses just below the box at 80 miles an hour. One ball, 1 strike. Calvillo with a short lead at first base. Looney pitches, sent back up the middle once again, and this time the middle infield for the Stompers won't get it as it trickles into the outfield. Another base hit. And we'll see what Zach Pace wants to do here. Only 1 more out to go for Looney. But obviously, as I said just a couple of innings ago, these Stompers pitchers, in a game like this that's so important between likely the 2 best teams in the CCL, it's a game that both teams need, and these pitchers will be on a short leash. It's runners on first and second with 2 outs, and now Nico DeFazio up to the dish. One-0. That one's in there for a called strike. DeFazio hitting .368. That's the highest average of anybody in CCL play out of the 9 guys in the Crawdads lineup. He's got 3 RBIs on the CCL campaign. 1-1 misses outside from Looney.
Looney may be running out of gas a little bit here in the 4th inning. This is where your decisions come in. Do you want to bring in a young guy like Deshaun in a bases-loaded situation? If somebody gets on, or do you trust Tyler Looney to escape the jam?
2-1. Check swing. They're going to say he went around. Crawdads fans down the third base side of the Arnold Field grandstand do not agree. The runner's not being held on at first and second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Looney checks the runner at second, now pitches outside, and the count runs full. So the carousel will now start. It's Calvillo at second. Liao's at first. We'll be running on the 3-2 with 2 outs. Here it is from Looney. Grounded third base side. Tyler Holly's got it. His throw across the diamond is in time. A stretch play made by the first baseman, Jack Lazard, and gets the Stompers out of the inning. Through 3.5, Tyler Looney has a shutout. Well done from the Stompers pitcher. We'll see what Carson Yassa can do against the Stompers bats in the bottom half.
We got Dylan and we got Cody, and they are going to mash it up. It's brought to us by Flavored Margaritas. Margaritas on the fly. All you need is a bottle, a cup of ice, and you're drinking margaritas. All right, guys, on your mark, get set, mash it up. Wow, look at that. Holy cow. All right, that was a good one. That was a good one. Ready to do it again? All right, Rawhide. Set them apart. On your mark. Get set. Mash it up. Wow, we got a good one going. It's tied 1-1. All right. The final round. Are you ready? Rawhide, let him go. Oh, no extracurriculars. We're going to get our champion Cody here. Cody is the champ of the Flybird Margarita Mashup. And Dylan, thanks for trying, Bob. Dylan and Cody. Flybird Margaritas. Margaritas on the go. All you need is a cup, some ice, and you got margaritas anywhere you go. Keep a bottle in the fridge so you can have ice cold margarita action anytime you want. Flybird Margaritas, available right here at the ballpark.
Up to bat for the Sonoma Stompers, number 41, Elijah Ramos.
Carson Yassa on the bump. Once again, in his first pitch, hits Elijah Ramos in the left hand. It made a loud sound as it came in. And that's a powerful pitch from Yassa. We've remarked a lot about his speed. That one came in at 95 miles an hour. There was a ball before that was thrown so hard that when it was fouled to the backstop, it ripped through the net. So you can only imagine what Elijah Ramos is feeling on his left hand, and the athletic trainer for the Sonoma Stompers is looking at him as he stands on first base. It appears he'll stay in the game. And we just hope that Ramos is okay. Carson Yassa looks at Ramos at first base, gives us a thumbs up, taps his chest twice, says, "My bad." Classy from Yassa, as Ramos now extends his on-base streak to 21 games. Probably not the way he wanted to do it, but he's ready to run here if he has to. And this one to Tyler Holly, out of the glove of the catcher Beasley. Ramos to second. That one near Holly's head, and kind of gave a sigh of relief that he didn't get hit like Ramos. So a couple of crazy pitches from Yasa has put a runner in scoring position. And now another one through the glove of the catcher Beasley. Ramos now to third. And very quickly, Carson Yasa has put himself in some trouble.
Yeah, the Stompers have been gifted a runner on third base in just 3 pitches, a hit by pitch on Ramos's hand, and then just 2 free 90 feet, as that one was, neither of those were anywhere near the zone, and now runner at third with nobody out. You have a perfect opportunity to get the first run across.
2-0 to Holly. That one's going to hit him. And man, that hurts.
You're killing me, Smalls.
That one might have also hit Holly on the hands. You got Dylan Brewster, the first base umpire, Zach Pace, and the athletic trainer for the Stompers all looking at Holly, who's just in a ton of pain. That one also at 95, and as Carson Yasa is starting to struggle with the command of his pitches, his manager Brent Cummings is going to have a talk with him about how he can keep things more in the zone and more importantly away from the batters.
And the Crawdads fans in the crowd saying that's a strike as the pitch well up and inside back-to-back times at the player's hands. So after a couple hit by pitches, the crowd's getting rowdy here at Arnold Field tonight on a Friday, Ryan.
That's questionable. I know Tyler Hawley stands up in the box, but like, come on, what are we talking about here? What are we saying? It's put the Stompers in some great position. Through a ton of pain, they've got runners on the corners and no outs. No score here through 3.5. Stompers only 2 hits up to this point. Crawdads with 6. And here's Yasa's first pitch to the first lefty of the inning in the box. It's A.J. Carter who takes a called strike 1. Yasa looks at Holly at first. Now kicks and fires on an 0-1 pitch. It's sent third base side by A.J. Carter and way foul. Carter hit a high chopper in the circle, was able to make it to first after a pitch from a throw from the catcher Beasley hit him in the back of the helmet. He gets set for an 0-2. Here it is from Yasa. It's low and it bounces away from Beasley, but he blocks it to the third base side. Well done by the catcher Beasley, because Ramos can't run down the line or else he'll get tagged out. Pretty heads-up play to save a run if you're Nikhil Beasley. Holly goes from first to second on the play. Here's Yasa's 1-2. It's chopped to second. Walker has it. He has to stop it with his glove. Throw to first is in time, just barely. But more importantly, a run comes around to score for the Stompers. Elijah Ramos paid the price for one of Yasa's first wild pitches. Hit him on the left hand, but a couple more wild pitches moved him all the way from first to third, and then he comes home on that play right there. This one to Jack Lazark. This is inside. Tyler Hawley from second to third on the play. So it's just him on with 1 out. Pitch from Yasa below the zone. That one catches the inside of the zone for strike 1. That one misses inside. That right there was the first run scored since the top of the 5th of Tuesday's game between these two teams. 3-1. That one chopped down the third base line and will kick into the outer grass in foul ground. It puts the count at 3-2. Infield a little bit in for the Crawdads. Here's the full count pitch. It's dropped from Beasley. A drop third strike means Lazar can go to first, but the throw from the catcher is in time for the second out.
That is number 1, Trent Table.
This one on the ground to third could be the last out. Calvillo has it. Across the diamond, it's in time. But Carson Yasa, with a couple of hit-by pitches, surrenders a run. Puts the Stompers on the board. Jason Deshawn out of the bullpen for Sonoma. The day done from Tyler Looney will give you all the information you need to know when we come back.
My Crawdads are doing it. My Stomper fans better do it too. All right, here it comes. Trevor clutches by Fresco Rich. Let's go. Turn around. That's right. Thought you were going to get by without doing it, right? Gotta get up pretty early to outsmart me. That's right. YMCA is brought to us by Fresco Ranch. 19 locations in the Bay Area, including Santa Rosa and Napa. We got our Crawdad champions right here, champions of the visiting team YMCA championship section. I say that the Crawdads are probably the best at doing YMCA. The Seals are up there too, but I like my Crawdaddies better. You guys ready? Yeah, let's do it.
The fifth is number 11, Jason Deshawn.
That's right. YMCA, baby. You guys ready? I'll do it again.
So Tyler Looney works out of 2 on and 2 out trouble in the fourth, and Zach Pace says that will be the end of his day. The pitch and change is always brought to you by Sweetwater Spectrum, life with a purpose for those on the autism spectrum, and the new man on the mound for the Sonoma Stompers, it's Jason Deshawn. The final line for Tyler Looney, he went the first 4 innings, gave up 6 hits, no runs, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. First one from the righty Deshawn bounces away from Rudy Gonzalez for ball 1. Deshawn's 1-0. Misses once again. Deshawn with 3 appearances so far on the CCL season. 2 0s, a swing and a miss. Only 1 appearance in CCL play. 3 appearances on the summer. (2-1). Breaking ball from Deshawn misses. His last appearance and only appearance in CCL play did not go the way of Deshawn. He only recorded 1 out, gave up 6 runs. None of them were earned. 3 balls, 1 strike. On the ground to second with Elijah Ramos. He flips, fires, and it's in time for the first out.
Next out is number 5, Casey Cummings.
Deshaun's done very well in non-league appearances. He went 2 innings and had 3 strikeouts with no runs given up against the Menlo Park Legacy. And then against the Petaluma Athletic Edge, he came in for 1 inning, only gave up 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and got the save. Oh, 0-1 from Deshaun. Upstairs. Stands at 6'2", 185 on the bump. Just finished his sophomore season at Modesto Junior College. 1-1. It's a swing and a miss. One, two. Swing and a miss once again. The leadoff man, Casey Cummings, down on strikes. 2 gone.
Number 33, Mark Wilbur.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Righty and lefty matchup. 0-1 pitch. This one on the ground to the right side once again, and the diving first baseman Jack Lazar cannot make the play. It's another base hit for the Crawdads. They've got 7 tonight. And other than the first inning, they've had 1 in every frame. Presley Kosciuszko digs in now. First pitch to him, swing and a miss.
Hey kids, if you want to race a Sonoma Stomper, head over to the left field foul pole right now.
That one low and outside, coming in at 78 from the right arm of Deshaun. He now picks back to first. Not in time. Kosciuszko's 0 for 2. It's up to him to keep it going. 0-1 from Deshaun. Swing and a miss once again, and Deshaun's first a lot of swing and misses. That one was well off the zone, this time at 79. No balls, 2 strikes, a runner on first with 2 outs. Pitch from Jason Deshaun. Misses inside. Away from the catcher Gonzalez, but not far enough to where it got out of the circle.
The Crawdads have a lefty loosening in the bullpen. It might be the end of the line for Yasa, who lost all semblance of command back in that 4th inning.
He hit Elijah Ramos and Tyler Hawley on the hands, and this one sent out to right by Kosciuszko. It will drop in front of the right fielder Zukowski. He guns it into the cutoff man Trent Abel. Mark Wolbert goes from first to third on the play. And another base hit for the Crawdads. They're threatening in Deshaun's first inning of work.
Up to bat number 15, Isaiah Walker.
Isaiah Walker up to the dish. Swings at the first pitch and pops it up. Shallow center field. Here comes Paul Contreras on the right side, and he makes the catch for the last out. So now 8 hits for the Crawdads, but they can't bring across the run. The Stompers clinging to a narrow 1-0 lead.
Faster than a Sonoma Stomper. We got Paul Contreras' brother is out there, and he says that he's going to win today. At least he's going to beat a Stomper. All right, little Polly, are you ready? Are you faster than a Sonoma Stomper? Brought to us by GMH Builders. GMH Builders located right here in Sonoma. On your mark, get set, go! Are you faster than a Sonoma Stomper? We're going to find out. The Sonoma Stompers are turning it up. Pumpkin Dress's brother is right there. He just right through it. It's the sprint to a finish. Can he go? And he has not done it. He is not faster than the Sonoma Stompers. Pretty close, though. Hardly faster than Sonoma Stompers, brought to us by
Carson Yasa, the righty out of Nebraska, back on the mound. Things started to fall apart for him in the last inning. He hit Elijah Ramos and Tyler Hawley to start off the fourth. Brent Cummings has sent them out there for the fifth. And our sideline reporter, Rahil Jaswal, is now joining us. Rahil was in the dugout, heard some of the chatter between Yasa and the Stompers when this was all happening.
Ryan, things are starting to get a little chippy, and it was mainly when Tyler Hawley got hit, because Yasa was arguing that it should have been a foul ball, and he told Tyler Hawley that was a foul ball, and Tyler Hawley, who just got hit, did not like that, said a few things back to him that I cannot repeat on air, and then Casey Gilroy out of the dugout said, no way that's a foul ball, and Yasa started going back and forth with him, so a little bit of chippiness here in this game.
This one fouled first base side by Zukowski. Rahil, thank you as always. This is one of the many reasons why it's so good to have Rahil in the dugout. We'll see if that chippiness can persist throughout the game. 0-1 from Yasa when we talk about his control issues on full display right there. The catcher Beasley has to come to his feet to catch that one standing up, and the 1-1 also misses upstairs. Zukowski popped out in the third. Here's the 2-1 from Yasa, and Kyler swings and misses on the high pitch. He steps out for just a second, gets ready for the righty-on-righty matchup, and here comes the 2-2 pitch. That one's in the zone for strike three. Catches Zukowski looking. Puts him to 0-2 on the day, and the fifth punch-out for Carson Yasa to start off the fifth inning.
Number 45, Rudy Gonzalez.
Rudy Gonzalez is the only batter in the Sonoma order to work a walk against Yasa. He now stands at the box and foul tips the first pitch. Here's the next one from Yasa, who at times has been working rather quickly.
Gonzalez is a guy who played high school baseball in Texas and plays D1 ball at UTRVG. I don't think the velocity is getting to him.
And right on cue, Kieran. You might know baseball well. That one grounded up the middle by Gonzalez into the outfield for a base hit.
Some say I do, Ryan. Some say I do.
Just the third hit of the night for the Stompers.
The bat is number 30, Jack Steary.
But the only column that matters on that scoreboard is the runs, and Sonoma's got one more of those. The road team has won the first two games of this season's series. Rudy Gonzalez with a slight lead at first base. He doesn't go, and this one's foul tipped into the glove of Nikhil Beasley behind the dish. Oh, 1. Scary looks at a called strike. Yasa comes set. No balls and 2 strikes. Run on first with 1 out. Leg kick and the pitch. This one sent over the head of the first baseman, Kosciuszko, into right field for a base hit. Jack will stay at first. Rudy Gonzalez rounds second, heading to third. He'll get there standing up. It's a second base hit of the night for Jack Scary. He's now 2 for 3. Runners at the corners with 1 out for Sonoma.
Next to that is number 7, Paul Contreras.
That's now back-to-back hits for the first time tonight for Sonoma. 4th hit in total. And we'll see how Carson Yasa can work out of this. His first one to Paul Contreras. In the zone for a called strike. 85 on the bottom half of the zone. Another righty-on-righty matchup. 0-1. Outside. Contreras 203 with 2 home runs and 5 RBIs on his CCL summer. 1-1. That one misses again. Contreras 0 of 2 tonight. 2-1. That one's in there for strike 2. Here's a 2-2 from Yasa. Breaking ball gets away from the catcher Beasley. Here comes Rudy Gonzalez to the plate. He touches it standing up. The Stompers active on the base paths. Jack Scary from first to second on the play. Sonoma doubles the lead. It's 2-0. We'll see what the leash is for Brent Cummings when it comes to Carson Yasa. 3-2. That one misses inside of Contreras.
The runs that Yasa has given up, he's done it to himself, Ryan. He went hit by pitch, wild pitch, which set up runners at second and third with nobody out. All Carter had to do was hit the ground ball. And here he gives up the run on another wild pitch. Again, these pitches aren't even close.
Control has been an issue for Yasa. Elijah Ramos certainly knows all about that. He was hit by one of those. Coming in at 95 miles an hour at his left hand. He shook it off and was able to come around. And this one, away from the catcher Beasley once again by the first base dugout of the Stompers. Jack Scary to third. Paul Contreras to second. And we'll see how much longer the righty out of Nebraska can go. The lefty still throwing in the bullpen for the Crawdads. One ball and one strike. This one outside the zone. We know the Crawdads have one of the deepest bullpens in the CCL, if not the deepest. 2-1 is a swing and a miss. They've got plenty of arms to work with. Two from Yasa. That one away from Beasley once again. Here comes Jack Scary. There will be no throw from the catcher in foul ground. Scary slides in safely. Contreras to third. The Stompers put up 2 in the 5th, looking for more. Count 3-0 on the scoreboard in favor of Sonoma. Ramos back in the box, ready for a full count pitch. Infield is in. Here it is. Fouled third base side.
That was Yasa's 5th wild pitch, and Ryan, it just shows how fickle this league can be. The Crawdads are getting shut down by 2 Modesto junior college pitchers, while the D1 arm is just chucking the baseball all around the yard.
Elijah Ramos sends a pitch that was on the inside down the left field line in foul territory. Three balls and 2 strikes. Pitch from Yasa. On the ground to short. DeFazio has it. He goes to first. And he gets under the glove of Presley Kosciuszko, the first baseman. Elijah Ramos up to second. But more importantly, another run comes around to score for Sonoma. They've put up 3 runs in the 5th. It's 4-0. And now here comes Brant Cummings, finally. We thought that Yasa would have a shorter leash, and the lefty that we were talking about throughout this entire inning is going to come in from the bullpen out in left. Carson Yasa walks off the mound. Has to be disappointed with his day. He was fine through the first 3 innings, but we'll see who replaces him, and we'll give you all the information on that new pitcher on the mound when we come back on the Sonoma Stompers Broadcast Network. Stompers up 4-0.
On the mound for the Crawdads is number 20, Braden Barnes. After that, the Sonoma Stompers.
Number 32, Tyler Raleigh.
Braden Barnes now on the mound for the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Trying to keep this lead at just 4-0 Stompers. Tyler Hawley in the box. Lefty on righty. The first pitch from the man who just finished up his freshman season at Arizona State, Barnes, misses the zone. The reliever's 1-0. Sent out down the right field line by Hawley. Going over is the right fielder, Wolbert. He'll make the catch in the foul ground. Tagging from second to third will be Elijah Ramos. And with that, we'll give you more information on Barnes. The lefty from Arizona stands at 6'2", 185 on the mound. He's had 6 appearances this summer, no starts. He's 2-0 with a 2.81 ERA. He's done that all in 16 innings pitched. He's got 11 strikeouts to 6 walks. Here's his first one to A.J. Carter. Catches the outside of the zone for strike 1. That one's low. He worked a 1-2-3 inning against the Stompers back all the way on June 6th. That was when the first time these two teams met. Stompers won the game 8-5. 1-1 outside. Two balls and one strike. Pitch to Carter, swing and a miss from the lefty. Two balls and two strikes. Pitch to Carter, breaking ball drops in the zone for strike three. The bottom of the fifth, finally over for the Crawdads. Things starting to unravel. The Stompers haven't put up 3 runs against the Crawdads since these two teams played back on June 6th. Jason DeShawn in charge of keeping this game at 4-0. We'll see if he can do it in the top half.
They said do New York instead. And what did we tell them? No way. So whenever this song comes on, he cringes. But we all sing. So I expect everybody here to be reaching their hands. Reaching out. Touching me. Touching you. Come on, Crawdaddies. See how easy it is? So good, so good, so good. That was very good. Okay, I've got some singers right here, right? Wow, watch your language on the microphone, Paul. All right, we're gonna have a family Sweet Caroline chorus.
Before the Crawdads bats, trying to cut into this 4-0 lead. We'll give you the final line for Carson Yassa, who was replaced by Braden Barnes in that last half inning. He went 4 1/3. He gave up 4 hits, 4 runs. They were all earned. He struck out 5 and walked 2. And the Stompers fans continuing their own rendition of Sweet Caroline as Jason DeShawn has pitched the first one outside. 5-6-7. Aiden Camberg now in the box. Cam Calvillo is after him, and Ethan Liao is third of the inning. First 2 to Camberg, who's 0-2 on the day, are both balls. Here's the next one from DeShawn. Outside once again. DeShawn gave up 2 hits in that last inning, was able to force a pop out to end it. Gets his first strike against Camberg. Righty on lefty matchup. 3 balls, 1 strike. Pitch from DeShawn. Fouled away to the top of the cage by Camberg. Not what he was looking to do as the count runs full. The left fielder out of UC Santa Barbara now in the box. 3-2 pitch. Inside and ball 4. Skips away from Gonzalez.
Now by number 3, Cam Calvillo.
Picked back over to first by DeShawn, not successful. Calvillo, the only guy in his first 2 at-bats to have 2 hits for the Crawdads. First pitch to him, grounded to short. Trent Abel's got it. He goes to second for 1. Relay to first. In time, they got him. The Stompers turned a double play to get the first 2 outs of the 4th inning. They've done so here in the 6th. That one brought to you by Sonoma Stack Baseball and Softball once again.
Now batting number 11, Ethan Leal.
This time it's 6-4-3. Back in the 4th inning, it was Trent Abel doing it once again, and Jason Deshawn just lost some command of that one. It hits Ethan Liao in the head, and the DH out of Gardner-Webb will jog down to first base.
Deshaun immediately apologized. He came off the mound, started walking towards home plate, just trying to tell Liao that it was his fault. That was a curveball at 77 that just drifted up top and clipped him in the helmet.
You don't want to get the wrong idea, especially of what happened with Carson Yasa hitting 2 stompers with fastballs on the hands. Deshaun on the bump, trying to get that last out. He goes inside once again and forces a swing and a miss from Nico DeFazio. Righty on righty matchup. No balls and 1 strike. Popped up in the infield to the first baseman, Jack Lazard. And DeFazio is retired to end the top of the 6th. The Stompers keeping a shutout going through 6. We'll see if their bats can extend a 4-0 lead when we come back.
What TV show is this from? All right, do you have a guess? Okay, hold on. All right, give me another one. Okay, what is it? Andy Griffith Show. All right, give us another one. All right, do you have a guess? She said Rockford Files. All right, give her another one. Oh yeah, one of my favorite shows. You know this one? She said Dukes of Hazzard. All right, what's next? Ooh, here's a hard one. I don't know. Anybody have a guess? What? What was it?
Knight Rider. All right, back to baseball. Thank you for playing Blue Division, everyone.
6, 7, 8 in the Sonoma order. Jack Lazark, Trent Abel, and Kyler Zukowski. Fouled away first base side by Lazark. He struck out twice today. It's been a change of a performance from Lazark, who's hitting .304 coming into today with a home run and 7 RBIs in CCL play, and he arrived here late for Sonoma. Impressive numbers in the last week for Jack. One ball, 1 strike. Pitch fouled away first base side once again. The lefty Barnes out there for his first full inning. Got the last 2 outs of the 5th. Here's this 1-2 pitch. A check swing from Lazark. Appeal down to first. Dylan Brewster says he went. And so Nikhil Beasley will pick up the drop third strike and throw it to first in time for the first out of the inning.
Number 1,
Trent Abel's also over 2. First pitch to him. Called a strike. Stompers with the 4 runs on just 4 hits. Meanwhile, the Crawdads with no runs on 8 hits. Neither team with a miscue. 0-1. Check swing. They're going to say he went around inside the box. 0-2. This one sent out in the air to right by Abel. It's right at Mark Wolbert for the second out.
On the plate is number 15, Kyler Zukowski.
So it's all up to Kyler Zukowski. Kyler popped out in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th. First one to the Creighton Blue Jay. Misses the zone. Zukowski fouls this one back into the Arnold Field parking lot on the first base line. Pitch from Barnes. Misses the zone, 1-1. Two balls and 1 strike. This one below the zone once again. A good eye from Zukowski. Hitting a $118 in CCL play. 3-1 from Barnes, below the zone once again. Kyler Zukowski works off a first pitch strike. Jogs over to first base. The first walk in 5 batters issued for Braden Barnes. Another righty in the box. Zukowski on his short lead at first base. No, they're going to say it's called a balk on Barnes when he stepped off and threw it to first.
Crawdads pitchers continue to hurt themselves any which way they can find to. Wild pitches, hit by pitches, balks, and now the Stompers have a chance to add on to what's already a 4-0 lead.
So Kyler Zukowski makes it to second with 2 outs. Puts Rudy Gonzalez in a good position here. Fouls at first base side. Rudy has reached twice so far today. He walked in the 3rd, singled and came around to score in the 5th. He awaits the 0-1 from Barnes. Here it is from the lefty. Fouled back to the net. No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch. Breaking ball drops in the zone for strike 3 and out number 3. A good way to end the inning for Braden Barnes. He's given up no runs through 1 2/3. An excellent job from the lefty out of Arizona State. And now a new pitcher out of the bullpen for the Sonoma Stompers will give you everything you need to know about him when we return.
Last call for alcohol. Get yourself another Flybird margarita, another draft, another bottle. Anything you want, you can get it until the end of this inning. Now, let's say you want to keep on drinking after the 7th inning. Well, you can't do it here, but you can do it downtown. Town Square and Steiner's close at 2 a.m., so I'll meet you for a nightcap at the Town Square.
the 7th for Sonoma Stompers, number 22, Raul Valdivia. Up to the bat for the Crawdads, their wine whipper, number 37, Mikhail Beasley.
Jason Deshawn's day is done. The pitching change brought to you by Sweetwater Spectrum. Deshawn went 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, no runs, a walk, a hit by pitch, and a strikeout. And the new man on the bump for the Sonoma Stompers is Raul Valdivia. The righty just finished up his freshman season at Menlo College. He's made 7 appearances, no starts for the Stompers so far this season, as a 5.59 ERA. He's done that in 9.2 innings. Pitches the 1-1. That one misses the zone. He's got 8 strikeouts, just 4 walks, and he's allowed 7 hits. Righty on righty matchup. High leg kick and pitch from Valdivia. The 2-1 misses below the zone, count 3-1. Valdivia went an inning against the Crawdads back on June 6th. He gave up 1 earned run, allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. 3 balls and 1 strike. This one sent to the right side. A line drive gets through the infield and to Kyler Zukowski out and right for a base hit. A nice hit right there from Nikhil Beasley, the catcher. It's his first of the night. Valdivia's first one to Casey Cummings, outside. That one at 78. Beasley with a short lead at first. Here's the 1-0 from the righty Valdivia. This one misses inside, out of the glove of Gonzalez once again. Two balls and no strikes. This one chopped off the foot of Cummings for strike 1. Ryan Bridges alongside Kieran Costa. Top of the 7th. Stompers lead at 4-0. 2 balls and 1 strike. Pitch. In the zone for a called strike. Valdivia set. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch. Swing and a miss from Cummings. Drop third strike, but because there's a man on first base, Cummings is called out at the plate. It's the 3rd time he's down on strikes today.
3-3, Mark Wilbur.
And the first out of the game for Raul Valdivia. Valdivia's first one to Mark Wolbert. Misses outside. Wolbert's 2 for 3. Popped out in the first, singled in the 3rd and 5th. Valdivia shakes off a few signs from his catcher, Rudy Gonzalez. Now fires in the 1-0. His breaking ball slips out of his hand, and now he's going to have a talk with Gonzalez at the front of the bump. The Stompers 2-1 this week. They took a loss to the Crawdads 3-2 on Tuesday. Bounced back with a 16-1 win on Wednesday against the Menlo Park Legends, who they've really had their number. The Stompers against the Legends have had a combined score of 29-2 in the last 2 ball games, and then yesterday on July 4th they got a 4-1 win against the Seagulls. First time that the Stompers have had back-to-back CCL wins in about 10 days. Valdivia way behind 3-0 here. Righty and lefty matchup. Pitch. That one catches the edge of the zone for strike 1. A lefty in the pen for the Stompers. Same thing for the Crawdads. Infield and outfield in normal depth with a runner on first. 3-1 pitch. That one misses low ball 4. Not the start that Raul Valdivia wanted through his first 3 batters faced. He's given up a single, struck out Casey Cummings, and now he's walked Mark Walbert. That one a bit of a tongue twister for me. As a reminder, after this inning, Kieran Costa has you on play-by-play for the 8th and 9th innings. But here in the 7th, Mike Nunez is going to have a conversation with his new righty. Presley Kosciuszko had a hit in his last at-bat, a single out to right. Gary Frieder's behind home plate going to come and break it up. You have to think, Kieran, how fast are they going to be willing to pull Valdivia? How many runs is it going to take? Zach Pace is going to keep things fresh throughout the entire game. You can't surrender this lead at all, and you certainly don't want to bring it to a tie game or a 1-run ball game going into a 9th inning. Against a talented team like the Crawdads, who are first place in the CCL North standings. First pitch to Kosciuszko outside. Trent Abel, the shortstop, shaded over towards second. Rest of the infield is where they normally are. 1-0 from Valdivia. Swing and a miss from Kosciuszko. That one middle height in the zone, came in at 85. One ball, one strike. Pitch from Valdivia outside into the backstop after it tipped off the glove of the catcher Rudy Gonzalez. It's Nikhil Beasley to third, Mark Wolbert to second, and now some trouble for the Stompers after Mike Nunez, the pitching coach, has already had a conversation with Valdivia. The difference between 4 runs and 2 is massive here. Valdivia set. Kicks and fires. 2-1 pitch. Outside in relatively the same spot as his last one. A tense moment here at Arnold Field. Deshaun and Looney have both worked out of trouble, and now it's Raul Valdivia's turn. 3-1. Inside to the backstop. Rudy Gonzalez flips it over the head of Valdivia. Nikhil Beasley is safe at the plate. Wolbert from second to third. Time is called as that one was a fourth ball that came in on Kosciuszko. And quickly after facing 4 batters, Raul Valdivia has been pulled from the ballgame. A new arm in for Sonoma. And he's certainly got a lot of work to do. But while he warms up on the mound, we'll take a quick step aside here on the Sonoma Stompers Broadcast Network. 4-1, Sonoma still leads.
On the mound for the Sonoma Stompers, number 38, Brady Carvalho.
Roll another one. Sit up, never like you know it's put you back in with some automatics. We gon' sit up to have it. Wait. Shake it. She like the way I dance. She like the way I move. She like the way I rock. She like the way I move. And she let it clap on. And she throw it back on. And she throw it back on. Like a lady, like a man. Billy Jean, Billy Jean. Christian Dior. I'm up in all the stores. Rudy Ray's boss. She like the way I
Up to bat number 15, Isaiah Walker.
A new man on the bump once again for the Sonoma Stompers. It's their 4th pitcher of this ball game. The Crawdads brought around a run to score just now. It's runners at the corners with 1 out. A 1-0 pitch from the new man on the bump. And we'll reveal who he is now. It's Brady Carvalho. The righty just finished up his junior season at Modesto Junior College. Pardon me, he's a lefty on the mound. That one misses outside. He's only made 1 appearance so far for the Stompers. It was in a loss against the Slow Blues. In 1 inning, he walked 2 and struck out 1. Runner goes from first to second. This one sent out to right field. Zukowski comes in to make the catch. Tagging is Wolbert from third. But they're going to throw Kosciuszko out at first. He ran before the ball was swung on a hit to the outfield. Zukowski realized it, and after he made the catch, chucked it to first for the last out. So Brady Carvalho gets an out. A big one for the Stompers. They limit the damage at just 1 run. Sonoma trying to hold on to the lead against the best team in the CCL North.
Sandy Pollock, everybody. Seventh inning stretch was brought to us by Congressman Mike Thompson. You can see his sign underneath the American flag. That's campaign dollars at work, everybody.
On the mound for the Crawdads, number 17, Chase Dabbs.
It's just a carousel on the mound right now. A new pitcher in for the Stompers just last inning, and now a new man for the Crawdads. It's Chase Dabbs who has come into the ball game. He's appeared 7 times this year with no starts. No wins or losses. He has a 3.60 ERA. He did that in 15 innings of work. He has 14 strikeouts to 8 walks on his summer. He's allowed 13 hits as well. It's his first appearance against the Stompers this summer. His first one to Jack Scary misses the zone. This one fouled to the side. Chase Dabbs replaces Braden Barnes on the mound. He went 1 2/3 innings. No hits, no runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Dabbs' first 2 to Jack Scary, a ball and a strike, and here's his third. Swing and a miss from the righty. Dabbs will be a sophomore at Riverside Community College in the fall. 1 ball and 2 strikes here. Swing and a miss from Scary once again. And a punch out in the first batter face for the Chase Dabbs. Pitch from Dabbs in the zone, called strike. Paul Contreras steps out for a second. He's back in, awaits the 0-1. Lefty on righty matchup. Here's the pitch. That one popped up in the infield. The catcher, Beasley, has his mask off, but it goes just above the fence here at Arnold. 0-2. Now the third pitcher for the Crawdads, the Stompers just brought in their fourth. Both teams in desperate need of this game. 0-2. That one's outside, ring 'em up. Paul Contreras down on 3 pitches.
On the plate is number 41, Elijah
Elijah Ramos has reached twice, once with a hit by pitch in the 4th, and in the 5th, he reached on an E6. First one to him is a breaking ball at 75. Drops in the zone for strike 1. Oh, 1. He shows bunt, pulls back. We're not sure if it hit Ramos on the lower half of his body, maybe in the hamstring or on the foot. He appears to be okay. He's limping past that first base bag. First base coach Powell Matarino gonna go check on him, but he's been beat up so far today.
Zach Pace was talking to Ramos while he was on that circle, talking about whether or not he wanted to hit in this game after getting hit in the hand, and that's Zach Pace's worst nightmare. Ramos convinces him he's okay, and then 1 pitch or 2 pitches later, he's hit yet again, and it looks like he's pointing at his left shin. And Allie, the athletic trainer, out there with Paul Maturina and Zach Pace, and Ramos will continue to stay in this game.
You know, some guys wear an ankle brace down there. Can kind of protect that front foot. Tyler Holly's got that on. He's in the box right now. Wasn't able to stop that one from hitting Ramos, but he stands at first base with 1 out. And the first one, Holly, outside. One over from Dabbs. Sent out to the outfield. Right center gap. Here comes the right fielder Wilbert, and he makes the routine play for the last out. Kieran Costa has you on play-by-play when we return. The Stompers trying to cling on to a 3-run lead. We have 2 innings to go. We'll see if they can close it out.
The score of the top of the 8th is 4 Stompers, 1 Crawdads. Bat for the Crawdads, number 12, Aiden Camberg.
Brady Carvalho comes out for his first full inning of work. He threw 2 pitches and induced a fly ball to right that turned into a double play to work out of Raul Valdivia's jam last inning. So Valdivia went 1 innings, gave up a hit, an earned run. He walked 2 and picked up a strikeout. The count here between Carvalho and Camberg is 1-1. The Stompers lead by 3 here in the 8th. Carvalho delivers, misses inside, the count's 2-1. Ross Goldschlag up and loosening in the bullpen for Sonoma. The lefty Carvalho deals to the lefty Camberg, and it's in on the hands, foul back to the screen, 2-2. Stompers looking for their 3rd consecutive victory. The homestand continues tomorrow, 7:05 first pitch against the Menlo Park Legends, and then Sunday at 6:05, that's out of league against the Petaluma Express. This one's a high chopper to first. Lazard gloves it in fair territory, takes it to the bag himself, and there's one down. And now Zach Pace is going to come talk to Brady Carvalho with Ross Goldschlag ready in the bullpen. It could have been purely for the lefty-lefty matchup. A righty in Calvillo coming to the plate. Zach Pace takes the ball from his lefty, who he only recorded 3 outs, but on 2 hitters he did it. And Brady Carvalho has turned in a very important 1 inning of work. Breaking the action, pitching change. Stompers lead at 4-1.
On the mound for the Sonoma Stompers, number 18, Ross Goldschlag.
And did I hear you say he was meeting you here today? Take you to his mansion in the sky. She's 41 and her daddy still calls her baby. All the folks around Brownsville say she's crazy. 'Cause she walks downtown with a suitcase in her hand, looking for a mysterious dark-haired man. In her younger days, they called her Delta Dawn, the readiest one you ever laid eyes on. Then a man of loaded piece stood by her side, promised her he'd take her for his bride. Delta Dawn, what's that flower you have on? Could it be a faded rose from days gone by? And did I hear you say he was meeting you here today? To take you to his mansion in the sky. Delta Dawn, what's that flower you have on? Could it be a faded rose from days gone by? And did I hear you say he was meeting you here today? To take you to his mansion in the sky.
Up to bat number 3, Cam Calvillo.
Ross Goldschlag, the new man for Zach Pace. It's a Sweetwater Spectrum pitching change in the 8th. His first one is a called strike over the outside corner. Sweetwater Spectrum, life with a purpose for those on the autism spectrum. It's his 5th appearance. He has a save in 2.1 innings. He's yet to give up an earned run. He gave up 1 unearned run in the disastrous 9th inning against the Seagulls. He misses low and away, and the count's 1-1. 5 strikeouts and 2 walks in just 2 1/3 innings. He comes home and misses outside 2-1. The appeal, no swing. Cam Colvey out of Gonzaga singled twice and bounced into a 6-4-3 double play. He's behind in the count, 2-1 now to Ross Goldschlag. The righty comes home and misses high at 77. The count's 3-1 2 walks and 2 hits given up in 2 1/3 innings for Goldschlag, who also acts as the assistant pitching coach for the Stompers. His 3-1 home is caught on and missed, 3-2. Ethan Liao out on deck. Zach Pace playing the matchups a little bit. He had his lefty Carvalho deal with the lefty Camberg, and with a couple righties coming up, he goes to Goldschlag, but Ross loses the first hitter to a base on balls, and that means the tying run will come into the on-deck circle, and Ethan Liao will come to the plate.
Number 11, Ethan Liao.
Liao and hit 277 with a home run and 23 driven in at Gardner-Webb University. He's grounded out, singled, and been hit on the helmet by a Jason DeShone curveball. He lines this one to left. Scary has a beat on it, reaches up and makes the catch. A half second of suspense for the Stompers fans in attendance as the high line drive finds webbing. Belongs to Jack Scary in left field. There's 2 away.
Tonight's number 8, Nico DeFazio.
Brings up Nico DeFazio, and Zach Pace has 4 more outs to get. You'd wonder how he wants to do them. He has Goldschlag and a couple of their arms ready and waiting in the bullpen. He talked about wanting to get Avery Thaw into a game over the next 2 weekend series games. The 1-0 to DeFazio's a called strike. Entered the contest with a 368 average. That's gone down. He's grounded out to third twice and popped out to first. The 1-1 coming from Goldschlag. Fooled him on a curveball. Dropped right down the middle, but Nico DeFazio way out in front. It's 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs, 8th inning. Goldschlag comes home. Struck him out looking. It finds the zone at 78. Goldschlag gets the job done out of the bullpen. The Stompers try and add a little more insurance. They lead it 4-1. We'll come back with the bottom of the 8th next on the Stompers Broadcast Network.
Join me in singing happy birthday here to Steve, all right? All right, everybody. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Steve and Rafi. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday from everybody here in Sonoma.
Hitter number 8, Luke Rossi.
Rossi will pinch hit for A.J. Carter. And Zach Pace again playing the matchups. A lefty Chase Dabbs on the mound. He goes to his righty Rossi, who has an extra base hit in his last 2 games. The first one to Luke is in there for a called strike at 80 miles an hour from Dabbs. Out for his second inning of work, the lefty, Comes home, and Rossi takes a called strike 2. There's action in the bullpen for Sonoma, a lefty up and loosening. 9-1-2, Beasley, Cummings, and Walbert will be due up for the Crawdads. The question is, how many runs will they be chasing down? We'll find out if the Stompers can tack on more runs in the 8th. Rossi swings and misses at a high fastball. He's down on 3 pitches in the pinch hit appearance. There's one away.
Up to bat number 40, Jack Blizzard.
Third strikeout for Dabbs, and that brings up Jack Lazark, who's struck out 3 times himself. A righty soft tossing in the bullpen for the Crawdads, and Lazark waits back, shoots it the other way for a hit. Lazark continues to produce, and the Stompers putting pressure on Walnut Creek. Trent Abel comes to the plate. He's flown out, struck out, and walked. Abel, a right-handed hitter against the lefty Dabbs, takes low and away at 91 miles an hour. It counts 1 ball and no strikes. Lazark from first, he singled. The pitch to Abel, late on a fastball. The count is 1-1. Dabbs only threw 2.1 innings at Riverside Community College last season. He comes home to Abel, and it's another called strike. This one over the outside corner. It's 1-2. Kyler Zukowski 0 for 2 with a walk on deck. Jack Lazark leads from first. Dabbs staring into Beasley for the sign. Comes set at the belt and pitches. That one is low, and the count's 2-2. A little bit of an odd delivery from Dabbs. He almost turns his body all the way towards second base, and then comes through the baseball. The lefty out of Riverside CC stares into Nikhil Beasley for the sign, checks the runner at first, and comes home. It's low. It gets away from Beasley. It's going to kick away from the umpire, Frieders, and moving to second base is Lazark, and the Stompers caught a break there. Beasley blocked it. It was right behind him, and in Gary Frieders, the home plate umpire's attempt to get out of the way, he kicked it towards the Stomper dugout. Abel has worked the count full 3-2. Avery Thau, who's the guy up and loosening for the Sonoma Stompers in the bullpen, with like as much insurance as he can get. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The runner in scoring position is Lazark. He singled and stole second. The 3-2 pitch coming to Abel is low, ball 4. So Abel flips his bat back towards the dugout and takes first base. But Lazark's stolen base brought to you by Sonoma Stack. Zukowski's flown out, struck out, and walked. Lazark's at second. Abel's at first. The Stompers put up a run in the 4th and 3 in the 5th. A lone run in the 7th for Walnut Creek. We play on in the last of the 8th. Zukowski cuts and misses. He's late on 91. It's 0-1. The Stompers' 4th CCL contest in as many days, looking to go to 3-1 on the homestand. Zukowski hits it hard but foul. Quick feed from Dave Hoke to get out of the way of that one down. Coaching in the box down at third. The 0-2-2 Zukowski is outside. A breaking ball now in 10 miles per hour, slower than the one before. And Nikhil Beasley once again is going to go out to the mound and talk to Chase Dabbs. So consultation on the hill with 2 on and 1 out. The Stompers yesterday went to the 9th inning with a 4-1 lead. It was Dylan Burke who got the save in that win over the Seagulls, and I'm guessing it'll be Ross Goldschlag or Avery Thaw who will be tasked with doing it today. If it's up to Kyler Zukowski, it won't be a safe situation. The runners go, it's a swing and a miss, but an in and out of the glove of Beasley. So it's 2 Sonoma Stack stolen bases on that play, but the 4th strikeout for Dabbs. And wonder if that was a hit and run. Zukowski swinging at a pitch out of the zone. It's up to Rudy Gonzalez to pad the Stomper lead, and he takes over the outside corner for a called strike 1. The Stomper backstop walks in the 3rd, singled and scored in the 5th, struck out looking in the 6th. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, outside, 1-1. Gonzalez spent last year in the Rocky Mountain League where he hit .259 with 8 runs batted in. Looking to knock in a couple here in the CCL for the Stompers, and he takes outside again. It's 2-1.
That left-handed glove of Nikhil Beasley, probably the most important glove right now in this inning. He's let a couple go out of his mitt. They've been relatively in the circle, so not enough room for anybody to come home, but if it goes far enough, they certainly will.
Stompers already scored on 2 wild pitches. The 2-1 to Gonzalez. He's late on 90. And that sets us up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 4-1 Stompers in the last of the 8th. Gonzalez looking to add any insurance that he can. The even count delivery is outside and high, 3-2. The leadoff man, Jack Scary, out on deck. It's been Looney to Deshawn to Valdivia to Carvalho to Goldschlag for the Stompers to hold the Dads to just 1 run in 8 innings. We'll see who it is for the 9th. The 3-2 to Gonzalez struck him out. The throw down to first won't have to be made as home plate umpire Gary Frieders says Beasley caught it. So we'll see who closes it for the Stompers, who lead by 3. 3 more outs to get when we return on the Sonoma Stompers broadcast network.
Trucks jacked up, flat bills flip back. Yeah, you
them Mondays and pray on them Sundays. Pass it around and we dream about one day. 'Cause this is how we roll.
Avery Thaw will be tasked with getting the final 3 outs for Zach Pace. The Stompers lead it 4-1. Thaw out of UC Davis, making his 3rd appearance for Sonoma. He got the win, pitching 2 innings against the Seagulls in San Bruno. Both of those were in extra innings, so they started with the courtesy runner on second. No runners on base here. The lefty comes home. It's a called strike number 1 to Beasley. Nikhil's popped up, grounded out, singled, and scored the lone run for the Crawdads. Thaw ahead, nothing in 1, sets up above the letters. Stares into Gonzalez, comes home, foul back, he's ahead, nothing in 2. So 1-0 in 3 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. The top of the order in Casey Cummings and Mark Wolbert, the next 2 to bat. The lefty Thaw staring into Gonzalez, comes home, up and away. It's 1-2. That one had 89 miles an hour. Thaw wearing the double arm sleeves, a black undershirt on the white Sonoma Stompers jersey. On a day that started at 100 degrees, has dropped down to 74 now as we creep past 9:30 on a Friday night. Evan Sandoval lightly throwing in the Stomper bullpen in case of a mop-up job, but Pace wants Avery Thaw to be the one to close this one out. The lefty ready to pitch the 2-2 to the right-handed hitting Beasley. It's popped foul and the battle continues. Thaw, the lefty, works off the first base side of the rubber and pitches. Struck him out swinging on a fastball. 2 more outs to get for the Stompers to get their 3rd consecutive CCL win.
Up to bat number 5, Casey Cummings.
Thaw making his Arnold Field debut. He's only pitched at San Bruno and at Menlo Park. The second baseman Ramos shaded 1 step, 2 steps over towards second. Lazark hugging the line at first. Same way they've been set up for the righty Cummings all night. The 0-1 is low, a curveball at 75, it's 1-1. The pregame show tomorrow starts at 6:55. Ryan Bridges and Rahil Jaswal, and I'll join him for the call starting at 7:05. The Stompers look to take their 3rd straight versus the Legends. First they have to put away the Crawdads, but 1-2. That's a good way to start doing that. He's late on 89. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Thaw comes home on a 1-2, just inside, almost hit him. And if you're Avery Thaw, you just want no base runners and stay out of the windup and get in and out of this 9th inning as quickly as possible. The lefty, Mark Wolbert, on deck. Thaw's 2-2 home. Gonzalez holds the spot, but it misses high. Filler up, 3 balls and 2 strikes. A couple of 3-2 pitch. Struck him out swinging on a high fastball. Back-to-back Ks for Avery Thaw. And now he's going to face his UC Davis Aggie teammate, Mark Wolbert. An all-Aggie battle with 2 outs in the 9th. Lefty on lefty. Thaw comes home, called strike one. He's gotten ahead of all three hitters he's faced in the ninth. Sandoval sat down in the bullpen down the right field line. Staring into Gonzalez, comes home, line foul. And now, Mark Wilbur represents the final chance, and he's down to his final strike. The Crawdads have won 7 games in a row, in danger of that streak ending right here. Thaw. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The lefty comes home, struck him out, winging. Avery Thaw strikes out the side. Stompers pitching continues to be immaculate. It's 3 wins in a row for Sonoma. Your final totals: 4 runs on 5 hits and no errors for the Stompers, 1 run on 9 hits for the Crawdads. And Ryan, what jumps out to you is 6 different pitchers combined tonight for Zach Pace and company. What can we say? What more can we say about the Stomper pitching staff?
That they've gotten better throughout the entire season, and they've all had their own individual struggles in different games. But I think what also helps is that they all play with each other. You know, normally you could say that Brady Carvalho will get a start in 1 game. Raul Valdivia will start 1 game. Deshaun will start 1 game, but those are all against out-of-league opponents. Those are a lot of innings to fill up, but when you get one great pitcher going to another great pitcher and just keep going down the line, everyone knows that they belong there. They're supposed to be out there, and Zach Pace is not going to let them go too far to where they're going to give up too many runs and that the team is going to lose confidence in its defensive half. So I think the fact that they all pitch one after another, it helps them in a lot of ways. And man, the Stompers are rounding into form right now. We talk about the multiple different seasons that there are in summer baseball. When everyone first gets here, it's hard to judge how teams really are, but the Stompers had a bit of a break. They're heading towards a long All-Star break, and they're running into form right now. This is the first time they've had 3 straight wins in over 2 weeks.
3 straight victories for the Stompers. They improved to 11-9 on the season, and they get within 3 of first place Walnut Creek as the win streak grows to 3 games. The Crawdads drop to 14-6. They're still first place in the North. They see their 7-game win streak snapped. Your winning pitcher in tonight's ball game, Jason Deshaun, 2 innings of shutout ball. The loss goes to Carson Yasso, gave up 4 earned runs in 4 1/3 innings. The hold goes to Ross Goldschlag, and the save to Avery Thaw. The Stompers do it with small ball. They score on a couple wild pitches and a fielder's choice. One more time, the Stompers win it 4-1. We're back on the air tomorrow. Pregame show at 6:55. And as Ryan said, the Stompers rounding into form at the best possible time. It's 3 in a row for Zach Pace's crew. But for now, I wish you a happy Friday night. The Stompers win it 4-1. So long from Arnold Field.